Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
I am jacked.
Welcome, everybody, to another fun, festive episode of The Cutting Edge. It's Joe Brammer, Dylan G, in the place to be, the immortal Joe Ellis, and Peach Boy. We're broadcasting from parts unknown right now.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome. All right. So, we have a good show lined up for you today, and we're just going to let this intro music play indefinitely throughout the whole podcast. Or can we do something about that? Cut the music. All right, guys.
Cut my music.
Whoa, that's loud.
Well, I wouldn't call this my
Can you
music.
turn that down a little bit? This is Peach Boy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That works. Just turn it down.
Just turn it off.
I think if you hit the button again, it'll turn off the red button. Check. A little bit low. A little bit too low. Technical difficulties. Check. There you go. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
So you'll have to write us and tell us what you think about that. And then, today we got a great show lined up. We have Johnny Case going to be on the show. We'll talk more about that later on. But first, want to make sure that we thank all of our sponsors. We have a new sponsor lined up. It's Peach Boy. They're sponsoring us with their new album. So they're actually going to be. We've worked out a very secret deal, exclusive deal, I should say, exclusive deal to do the actual album release. This will be the first time you'll hear it live anywhere in America, North America. They've already got it in North Korea, I heard.
That's what I heard too.
It's big over
on the
there,
market out there.
It'll be the first time in America on the
First time for U.S. citizens.
First time for U.S. citizens.
With a lot of man hours put into working this deal out.
That's
Let me
right.
tell you.
If you've seen
It's
Sugar
not
Man
easy.
with Rodriguez, Peach Boy is kind of like the Rodriguez of North Korea.
And is it true there's going to be a pre-workout flavor?
There is going to be a Peach Boy pre-workout flavor coming. Georgia Peach Boy is what we're going to call it.
That actually sounds pretty good, aside from the boy part, but the boy part
Sounds excellent.
It's going to be a Peach Man flavor. Turn you from a Peach Boy into a Peach Man. So, and then also the Teriyaki House, one of our new sponsors. So go check them out. They got the special Elite Edge menu there.
Nice.
They have our 6-week challenge menu there, so you can get exactly the foods that are on the 6-week challenge. They have the muscle building and the performance menus coming out there. So go check that out because it's tremendous. I know you're driving around, you're busy, that 2 p.m. slump hits you. Don't go to McDonald's and eat that horse meat. Go over to Teriyaki Grill and get something good and healthy. Yes. And they got low-carb options. They got good, clean protein. So check those guys out. All right, guys. So while we wait for Johnny to get on here, he's going to be on here in a few minutes. One thing I was, wanted to talk about is performance supplements. And there's a new one that I've been taking. Let's see if you guys have heard about it. It's called Lion's Mane.
Lion's Mane.
It's a mushroom.
I've not heard of it.
Tell them about it.
Well, I started taking it because it's supposed to be really good for brain health. It's they're actually giving it to patients in with Alzheimer's.
Nice.
They're also giving it to, and it's funny because I was just talking to Johnny last week about supplements because we're sponsoring him with the Elite Edge Labs.
Yeah.
He's got a big fight coming up in Rizin, which we'll talk more about later. But so it's just, we were having that conversation about his nutrition and stuff because, I was his coach for many years. And I said, what are you taking? And he said a few different things. And he said Lion's Mane. And I had just started taking that a few weeks ago. And it's also it's supposed to have like anti-cancer properties.
Yep.
But it's also, Johnny had said he was taking it because of, mental clarity. And it's supposed to be really good for your nervous system too. So I just
kind of
look
feel
into
more
it.
focused, things like that.
Yeah. I think I do, but I mean, for me, mainly, I just want to, look into the future and have that brain health. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, you see some people that develop that stuff, and
No, it's
like
serious.
you don't want to. Because both of my, my grandparents both have that, so it's like, all right, I'm gonna start taking this stuff. Worst case, I'm out a little bit of money, but you know what I mean? And, do you guys take any, everybody talks about sports performance supplements, but mental performance supplements. Do you guys take anything like that? Have you ever tried anything like that?
Yeah, I've never really gotten into that too much, but it's definitely something that a lot of people struggle with in general, just throughout their day. Where you know how it is, you like you were talking about earlier with the teriyaki, you hit that 2 o'clock, you're looking for something, you kind of hit that low. Well, throughout the day, depending on the person, you didn't sleep enough, you got so many things on your mind, you're bored, you lose focus. It's easy. Yeah. It's very easy, and keeping focus throughout the day is quite difficult. Certain spots of the day, it's human nature. So anything that can help is a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's all coffee is. It's a cognitive improver. It improves memory, all that stuff. I mean, there's actually a lot in the Elite Edge Labs pre-workout. There's a lot of things like Alpha GPC. That's another brain health product. And it's funny because back in the day, I think I was about 19. You guys ever heard of Roddy Ferguson?
Yeah.
He's if you guys don't heard of him, he's a famous, he's an Olympian for judo. Mm-hmm. He was a college football player, but then he really got into judo and training. He's a doctor, big, well-known guy in the fitness industry. But anyways, I was on his, program probably when I was like 20, and he had a super secret Olympic supplement stack, and I paid for that and got it, and it was all a bunch of stuff I'd never heard of. Most of the stuff I couldn't even find. This is back in the day, like before Amazon.
Yeah.
And if Campbell's or GNC didn't have it, you had to go find it on the internet. But it wasn't like it is today where you could just find this stuff. Most of the stuff you couldn't even find. But I had started taking Alpha GPC back then, and that really gets you focused in and helps you stay on point. So I think all that stuff, and that's in Alpha Brain. That's the main ingredient in Alpha Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is important that the Elite Edge Labs really does is focus on things that maybe mainstream doesn't push. A lot of the mainstream companies, they push the real basic things because they know everybody knows about it. Your proteins, your multivitamins and things like that, but they really don't educate. They don't get into detail. They're not comprehensive. And I know that the Elite Edge Labs takes the time to get comprehensive, to worry about more than basic things, and to address things that people don't necessarily think about but should. Yeah. That's the key is the education, though, and that's another thing that the Elite Edge system provides, where a lot of these people, they just don't.
Right.
All they care about is their marketing, their money, and appealing to that strategic group they go after, instead of actually caring and implementing. It's a big deal, and it's really awesome, that you've done so much work to do that, and that's why I believe in it so much, and why it's such a big deal to me, because what I've tried to do is take pride to be different in everything I've ever taught, and you do the same exact thing, even to a higher level, and it's amazing, and people gravitate to that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, I appreciate you saying that, and we try to look at the products that we would want to take.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like. And the funny thing is, you talk about education. Let's talk about fish oils for a second. Let's talk about what's on everybody's mind, fish oils. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, fish oil. No, but what's funny about fish oil is almost all the fish oil on the market is gone rancid by the time you take it. If you buy the big pills at Costco and they sit on the shelf, if those pills have contact with sunlight, they go bad.
Right.
And it's so funny that the companies that sell them have to know that stuff.
I know they do.
They don't. So it's just the equivalent of selling you something that has no value. Exactly. It's just a pain in the ass to take.
Right.
That's why it's really funny to me when I see like clear fish oil pills in a clear plastic jar. It's like anybody who's done even a little bit of research knows that, number one, if they get hot, they go bad. Right.
Right.
If it gets too hot, they're going to go bad. They're going to go rancid. And if they're exposed to direct sunlight for too long, that's why you see the good companies, they will come in a black bottle.
Yep.
Or the pills will be darkened, so they're really dark. And even then, if they're not refrigerated, they still are probably not going to work. Mm-mm. It's so funny. It's like you see all these different calciums and all these different products, and it's like, your body's absorbing zero of that. Because there's other forms of it, and I'm not a calcium expert, but it's funny because these companies like I'm anemic, right?
Right.
So I didn't ever know that until I started doing the vegetarian thing, and then I got really sick, and I had to go to the doctor, and I found it out. But I didn't realize there's so many different types of iron, and it's like if you don't take this specific one, it is not going to work.
No.
Now I get my red meat, and I try to get my iron naturally, eat liver and things like that. But yeah, it's just crazy because it's like not all, but most of that is just a lot of junk out there.
Well, yeah,
People, they know it, but they just sell it anyways.
You know what it is? It's a lack of education, lack of understanding, and a lack of honesty through the people out there selling and marketing that should be telling everybody this in the first place. So to get the kind of education we've gotten, it's because we've been in this, we've been around it so long.
And it's not even a secret. It's just people would rather watch nonsense on TV or whatever.
Right.
They're distracted with looking at Instagram or whatever. You tell them, I don't know what they're looking at on Instagram. I'll leave that up to you. But, a lot of people, as I'm saying, a lot of people just waste their time on nonsense. This information isn't, it's out there, right?
It's out there, but it's not pushed out there enough maybe on people or...
Oh, no.
And if people are into a system or into something and the information actually put out there, but it's like, well, I got to dig and search. And how many people really want to do that? We're that way, but
yeah, that's what we try to do is take that
out,
step out for it and do that research ahead of time. Well, let me see. Johnny's texting me now. I'm seeing if he's ready to go on this. But Joe Ellis.
What's on your mind?
You want me to get it off my chest?
Get it off your chest. Let's go.
Joe, Joe Ellis isn't going to tell you this. Not a lot of people know this, but this guy, he's been in a band called Too Pure to Die that they traveled the world to 7 seas. They've been everywhere. You've been everywhere, haven't you?
Not with them, but yes.
In other bands?
Too Pure to Die is a funny thing because it was how I got my start in music. Mm-hmm. But our mutual friend never wanted to put me in the band because I was a little young, and I think he thought I wasn't.
Oh.
I think he thought maybe I wasn't quite up to my chops or something. So he would never actually put me in. And then fast forward some years later, and the tables had turned.
Oh, there he is. Well, we'll pick that up.
Yeah.
That's to be continued. That sounds like that was just getting juicy. What's up, Johnny?
Yo, what's going on?
Whoa. There he is. How you doing, man?
Good, brother. Good, just hanging out, man. Just getting ready to go do some jiu-jitsu and all that fun stuff.
Tremendous, man. So tell us what's been going on. Give these people, well, first of all, in case you guys have been living under a rock, this is Johnny Hollywood Case. He's got UFC veteran. He's got a big fight coming up in Rizin, which is like Pride Fighting, just basically changed the name.
Awesome.
And now it's called Rizin. Yeah. And where's the fight at?
So this fight will actually be in Osaka, Japan.
Wow.
So normally we fight at the legendary Saitama Super Arena in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they fight all over Japan, so I get to see a little bit of the countryside this time.
Nice, man. And when is the fight?
The fight is October 12th.
Right on. So
October 12th over here in America, October 12th. So I think that's
coming
Friday.
right up.
Friday.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought it was later than that. All right. Good to know. Good to know. So October 12th. How can people watch that?
You can watch it on Fight TV. It's a free app, FITE TV. And like I said, the app is downloaded for free, and then you buy the pay-per-view. So I think the fight's like $14.99 or something like that. So
right on, man. And who's the victim?
This is the first round of I'm fighting in an 8-man Grand Prix style tournament for the lightweight title. And this is the first round of the tournament. My opponent is he's good. He's undefeated jiu-jitsu like jiu-jitsu grappling sport jiu-jitsu. He's a phenom over there. He's 9-0. His name is Roberto de Souza. Roberto Satoshi de Souza. So he's 9-0, all by finish. 7 submission, 2 knockout. So he's a hot up and coming prospect, and I can't wait to get in there and pop that cherry for him.
There you go. That's awesome, man. So who else? What's like the main card on that? What's the main event? Or and this is you're not doing the tournament in one night, right?
No. So this is the first round of the tournament, and then the semifinals and the finals will be one night. That'll be on New Year's Eve.
Oh, nice.
But the main event for this one is I think it's for their heavyweight title, or their light heavyweight title. It's Fabio Maldonado. UFC.
Yeah, I remember.
Warrior knows fought all the best guys in the world. He's taking on a Russian. I murder his last name, Yuri Slevchenko or something up together. I don't know. That's one thing I need to improve on, man. It's my my ability to pronounce other countries' names, because I sure as hell butcher the fuck out of most of them.
We'll see if we can get a Rosetta Stone sponsorship. Well, that's awesome, man. So tell us about what's your training been like. You're out there in Las Vegas at Extreme, or is that where you at?
Yeah, so I live in Las Vegas, here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I train at Extreme Couture, and as well as I coach at the Venom Training Center.
Nice.
I know that.
So when I'm at Extreme Couture, I got the best of the best, like all the good kickboxers, all the good grapplers, all the good wrestlers. It's the best wrestlers in the world. Nice. Kevin Lee obviously trains there. This kid Max Roshkov, he's only 4-0 right now, or 5 right now, but man is a killer. He's one of the best grapplers I've ever grappled in my life. As well as I coach at Venom Training Center alongside of Hanato Kanuto, who is he competed at the ADCC. He actually competed against my opponent in the past. So really? He's been a great help this camp, and was a great look for my training as well. Nice.
Is that Venom? Is that Vanderlei's gym, or is?
Which I can't really hear you. You kind of cut out.
I said is that Venom? Is that Vanderlei Silva's gym?
No. So it's not Vanderlei Silva's gym. It's actually a new gym. It's a new gym they just opened up in Summerlin. So it's not even in Las Vegas. But
right on.
Yeah, at one time I think they had like a throwdown gym and a tap out gym, and then, but Venom Training Center is completely different. They basically have they started off in Paris.
Can you put that on the table?
They have one in Bangkok. They got or Thailand. They kind of put it out all over the world. And this is the very first one in the United States, here in Las Vegas.
Nice, man. So what? For those of you guys that are listening to this that don't know, Johnny, you were one of my, if not my first MMA student way back in the day at the first Elite Edge.
Yeah, man. And I was just kind of reminiscing on this morning. I was thinking about all the times, like every time we get up and train, twice a day. And I'm like, man, I really, I can think back, and without a doubt, that is the time where I was the most technically sharp of my career. Like without a doubt. And when I was young, the only thing I was lacking then was, I was really wet behind the ears. I hadn't had a lot of fights, so I didn't understand tactics and all that stuff yet. But without a doubt, when I look back, like you were such a great coach, man. Like I remember, like my striking was always good. I was very rarely ever off balance, and I always felt good, man. So that's a testament to your training, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, and you got to have a good student too. So, but it's just it's cool to see you grow from way back in the day to now, and fighting in the big arenas in Japan and stuff. It's awesome, man. So
thank you, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us, like, you've been in this now for a long time. So tell us, I've been in it for a long time, and you see all the different changes that happen in training, and as far as what people are doing in the gym with the weights, what they're doing with nutrition. Back in the day, it was you're cutting 30 pounds. Everybody was cutting weight, and it was like that was a big focus in the IVs, and you can't do that anymore. And I know people were doing really crazy workouts that were like detrimental, in my opinion, to like recovery and stuff. People were just trying to kill each other. So I guess you tell me what is it like now, as far as just give us the whole thing with the cardio, the strength training, all that. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're exactly right. Like, kind of when I got into the sport, the best fighters were kind of just like, the hardcore old wrestling mentality. It's just like go, 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 break down. You'll build up eventually. You know what I mean? But throughout the years, I've discovered that sometimes less is more. You know what I mean? Like, your recovery is so much more important, especially in this sport, man. Like your nervous system recovery. If you go in there and your nervous system's shot and you get choked unconscious, like who knows what the hell that's doing to your brain? You know what I mean? Or if you're training dumb enough, you get knocked unconscious in training. Like who knows what that's doing to your brain? You know what I mean? So the biggest thing, really, that is switched in my mentality from back in the day to now is brain health. Just completely thinking about like, okay, well, I got hit in the head today. Oh, I kind of got choked where I was kind of woozy and I felt like I was going to lose consciousness today. Like maybe tomorrow I better not be getting hit in the head. Maybe tomorrow I better not be having those hard goes where I could potentially get my neck caught and, choked unconscious.
Yeah.
So, a lot of it is knowing my nervous system recovery. You know what I mean? Like knowing the body, like if I worked out hard the night before, like if I, crushed some sprints or got a killer workout and like my body was sore, I'm like, okay, well, I know at least now I can go in and I can do some classroom study work, like go in there and get my good repetitions of my boxing or go in and get some good drilling of my jiu-jitsu and my wrestling, you know what I mean? So the biggest thing is over the years is just being smart, and as far as the weight cut goes, I used to cut a lot of weight, but I didn't really need to. The way I was eating, my eating habits were, like a professional athlete should have been. So the thing that I noticed, I eat clean and good food all year round now. You know what I mean? Where I think like having a girlfriend is, my girlfriend is, for those who don't know, Emily Whitmire. She's also a UFC fighter as well.
Oh, nice. So I didn't know that.
It helps having a significant other, who, cooks meals all the time, who's conscious of going to the gym. And,
Absolutely.
I don't have to crush a workout and then, have to rush home and be like, oh, I don't got any food. I think I better just go get a pollo loco burrito or something.
Right.
But the biggest thing is the nutrition, man. Doing it the right way, not crash dieting my way to the weight class. I'm able to back it off via using mathematic skills and lowering calories and upping the output, lowering the intake.
Hell yeah. Makes perfect sense, man. That's funny. Right before you called, we were talking about that. We were talking about brain health and nervous system supplements for that. And I know I had said that you had mentioned before the lion's mane that I had just started taking as well. And is that kind of why you had taken that for that central nervous system recovery?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed too. But man, like I don't know, like. I've noticed like in the past, like after a couple of my last fight in the UFC was a really hard fight, and I took some significant punches there and was rocked, and I kind of noticed like in moments and situations where like my brain space isn't exactly what it was. So that's when I started to be like, what the fuck, like this is something like you shouldn't be fucking with,
Johnny, we can't cuss. This is a Christian show.
Of like what you can do to take care of your brain, what you can do to take care of your nervous system, and ever since then I've just been doing everything I could for recovery. And
how long have you been on the old lion's mane?
So I've been taking lion's mane now for it's been going on about 8 months.
Really? You feel a big difference?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do. Yeah, I just feel a lot more clear. Like one thing the main thing I noticed when I said my headspace had changed was I was finding myself getting like an anxious feeling, of a feeling like kind of like like when you're getting ready to fight and you're like walking into the ring and you're like oh. Well, I would just get that like driving down the road and I'd be like, what the hell is going? You know what I mean? What's going on a little bit? I could get like the emotions going, and then I started looking at lion's mane, and since then I'm good. I'm the master of my emotions. I don't have weird anxiety kind of creeping up on me. So that's the main thing I've kind of noticed.
Nice. Yeah, I had started, like I was telling these guys, I had started taking it for just because I had heard they're giving it to like Alzheimer's patients and stuff, and it's really, really good for your brain. So I jumped on board with that. So tell us about your training. What are you doing for like obviously, you know, jujitsu and all that stuff. But are you doing? Do you have a trainer for weights and stuff, or what do you do there for your conditioning?
So no, my strength conditioning, man. I don't have a strength conditioning coach. It's pretty much I only really do like my strength and my conditioning at the UFC Performance Institute. And like I mean, it's kind of they switched there a little bit, you know. But me not being in the UFC, I don't have access to there unless my girlfriend goes to work out. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm like the tag along. So whenever she goes in to work out at the UFC Performance Institution, I go in there. But for the most part, my strength conditioning is just old school, man. A lot of sprints, a lot of kettlebells. I you know do it at the Venom Training Center, and it's just for lack of better words, like Martin Rooney Training for Warrior kind of style workouts, you know? Like
for
just
sure.
Mostly body weight, a couple dumbbells, kettlebell.
You just kind of do it based on how you feel? Because that was one thing I always noticed before is a lot of times you would go to practice, not you, but just in general, right? It's like people will go to practice and you're getting crushed and you're doing really hard workout and your central nervous system is like crushed. And then you go to train with your strength coach and they try to crush you again because it's like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Once you know how to train yourself, you can feel, okay, I know I just, you know, had a war in the gym or we did 15 hard rounds and I sweated off like 8 pounds. I don't need to go kill it today. I'm just going to go work on the little areas that I need. So I think that's really important because that was one thing I always noticed with strength coaches is it would always be, there was no coordination with the actual training, which is the important part.
Right. And every workout was designed to crush you. Like every workout. It didn't matter like, oh, today we're going to work on your explosiveness or today we're building strength or today we're building endurance. It's just like,
we're going to
harder, faster, more.
Yeah,
go.
Exactly, man. That's the mentality for a lot of people. That's the mentality for a lot of MMA conditioning type coaches, man. Well, cool, dude. So the fight's coming up on the 12th against. Yep. Is this guy from Brazil?
He's Brazilian, but he lives in Japan. So he's Japanese Brazilian.
He's kind of got the hometown crowd. He's like Machida's cousin or something.
Yeah, self-proclaimed Japanese.
There you go. Wow. Tell him we're coming over to drop some bombs.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
he already knows. So actually, it's funny when we drew for our opponents. We did it over a Skype interview. Like everybody just drew numbers, and they said as soon as our fight got matched up, he sat back in his chair and was like, ugh, and then forgot he was on fucking Skype with all of us, and was
nice.
And then tried playing it off as. It was real funny. I kind of got a kick out of it.
That's awesome. That's round 1 for Johnny Case.
That's right.
Yeah, round 1. Exactly.
I got a good question.
Yeah.
So, hey, Johnny, Dylan, Jamelli here, man. Quick question for
What's
you.
up, man?
Can you
How
see
you doing,
him?
brother?
Good.
So, hey, I was wondering, I think that people would kind of be curious. When you go do this fight and you go over there all that way, do you go over like, I don't know, a week early and get acclimated to the time? Or do you go, I mean, like, what's the time frame on when you head over there?
No, so I'll actually head over there Tuesday here. So it'll be like Wednesday over there. And then I'm only there for 3 days before I make the weight and 4 days before I fight.
We got cut off there, man. Sorry.
Yeah, we did. We
didn't hear anything. We got cut off there on that question.
Okay. Ask the question again.
So basically, like, for this kind of fight, do you go over there like a week early, get acclimated to the time change, the different culture, all that, or do you when do you head over there and what's it like?
No, yeah. So I only head over 3 days before the weight cut and 4 days before the fight. And it actually, the acclimation is no problem because we leave San Francisco at like 9 a.m. here in America, and we get to Japan at like 5 p.m. at night. So then it's really, I only got to struggle. I can stay awake for another 3 to 4 hours, and then I go to bed and I wake up the next day and I'm fresh as a daisy. But coming back this way, man, it really messes me up. like for a good 2 weeks after I get back. You know, probably just because you're on a high too from just winning a fight.
Oh yeah.
And all that stuff too. But it usually takes about 2.5 weeks for me to get my sleep schedule back. Coming back this way.
Excellent. So are you feeling pretty confident about this fight, your matchup, your styles, things like that? Do you feel pretty good about this one?
I feel really good. Not necessarily just because of the fight and the matchup, but I'm honestly the best fighter I've ever been right now. You know what I mean? Like everything's just been clicking. You know what I mean? Like I'm in a good spot mentally. Like I don't have to worry about financial problems. Like my girlfriend is super supportive and loving. Like my kids are happy and healthy. Like fucking life is good, man. You know, I'm getting ready to fight for a title. You know?
Yes.
And I just feel fucking dangerous, and I feel like this is my time. This is what I've been training the past 12 years of my life for, you know, and it doesn't matter who they put in front of me. Like I know my capabilities, and fucking let's party, dude.
Well, dude, you
I
look,
guarantee I'm gonna be the last one standing.
You look great and you sound great, and we're all supporting you, man. So I know you'll tear it up.
Fuck yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely.
It's great to see you again, Joe.
Yeah, man, you too. Are you headed back to Iowa anytime soon?
I am, yeah. So I get back to Iowa like the 23rd or the 24th. It sucks. My kids live like complete on the other side of the state. They live like southwest Iowa. So it's just like every time I'm back, it's just like running nonstop, and I don't ever get to see anybody that I want to. But I think I'm make it a point to come to Des Moines. Spend a couple days in Des Moines, so I'm definitely gonna have to come by and see you, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, keep me posted on that. We're all gonna be watching the fight and rooting for you. And yeah, man, I'll holler at you too about the other stuff with the shorts and stuff as well. So I'll give you a call later on. And yeah, man, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. And tell everybody again where they can watch the fight at and support you and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The pleasure's all mine, brother. So if you guys want to watch the fight, go to Fight TV. That's FITE TV. The app is free, and then you can just you buy the fight as a pay-per-view. It's like $14.99. They also have tons of free fights. They have jiu-jitsu competitions. They have all kinds of cool stuff. So download the app. You won't regret it. And then follow me, guys, on my Twitter and my Instagram at Hollywood Case. And follow my fan page, Johnny Hollywood Case, on Facebook.
Hell yeah. Awesome, brother. Well, thank you for taking the time for us, and we'll be in touch soon, man. It was great catching up.
Likewise, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
Thanks,
brother.
man.
Have a good one.
Peace.
And that's it. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it as always. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, Telegram, tell your mama, tell everybody. But share it, like it, help us spread the word. We definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Adios.